Got to tell you this today. It's too important, and it just happened to another client of mine today. Let's say you're pregnant, and when you're pregnant, you're entitled to maternity leave. But here's what companies do. You got to be aware of this. Let's call this pregnant employee Sarah, the composite of many clients that I've represented in the past. Sarah has been working for this company that has many employees for some time. Let's just say about a half a year. She's pregnant. She gets pregnant. She realizes she's pregnant after she starts the position. She notifies the company. Everybody says, cool, mazel tov, congrats, do you know what you're having, etc., etc. Everything is fine. Around the second or third trimester, Sarah reaches out to HR and says, just checking in on my, the maternity leave policies because my due date's coming up. HR calls her down and says, well, when is your due date, Sarah? Sarah says, well, it's such and such a date. And HR says, if your baby is born on that date, as you say, you won't have worked here for a full year at that point. And Sarah says, yeah. And what does that mean? And HR says, well, it means you're not entitled to 12 weeks of unpaid leave for the birth or adoption of your baby. And Sarah says, yeah. Now what? And HR says, well, Sarah, how many accrued PTO days do you have, vacation or sick days? And Sarah says, well, I don't really know, but it can't be too many if I've only been here for 6 months. And HR says, well, you're right. You only have 4 days accrued vacation. So can you have a baby and recover from childbirth and get back to work in 6 days? And Sarah says, well, of course not. What are you saying? So HR says, well, look, if you don't have the vacation days and you're not covered by the FMLA, that's not our fault. It's not our problem. Write to your congressperson or senator, but that's what the law says. So go, have your baby. Good luck with that. And when you're ready to come back to work, you let us know. Give us a shout, and we'll see if we have any job open for you. And a lot of people in the past, a lot of women have just kind of like, well, that's what they're telling me. I did Google it. The FMLA doesn't cover me. Boy, am I screwed. Well, it's a lie, okay? It may be non-intentional misstatement of facts, but it's a lie, because if you have any other disability after you have a baby, you're disabled. If somebody breaks their leg skiing or has a heart attack, company can't say you don't have enough days accrued, you're not covered by the FMLA, you haven't worked here for a year, or it would be disability discrimination. So here it's disability and sex discrimination. As long as your employer has 15, not 50 employees, forget about how long you've worked there. You're entitled to maternity leave under the law, or it's sex and disability discrimination.